In today's video, we're going to talk about 3 different ways to add ceramic protection to your vehicle very easily. Now, these are all part of my QUIVR lineup, and we're going to be talking about Whitewater, Seal, and Hot Coat. So I wanted to create this video because there's been a little confusion on which product may be the right choice for your needs. So like I said, they do kind of all sit under the same roof of ceramic protection, but they are 3 very different products that I created with intention on how they're used. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So first up, we're going to be talking about QUIVR Whitewater. Now, why is this one the first one I want to talk about? And it's because we're going to start from the easiest way to apply protection, and it doesn't get any easier than Whitewater. Now, Whitewater will give you 2 to 3 months of protection on your vehicle. It only takes 1 to 3 ounces in a foam cannon to apply, making it extremely easy. So let's go ahead and talk about the application process. Step 1, wash your car as normal. You want to get everything cleaned off the surface so that this can adhere properly, right? So you go through your regular wash regimen, and then as you're finishing up, you do your final rinse, and that's when you would start to go dry. We'll take a second there. After you rinse, let it sit. Go ahead and fill, like I said, 1 to 3 ounces of QUIVR Whitewater into your foam cannon. The rest of it, you can just fill up with water. As a quick little tip, this stuff kind of goes a long way. You don't have to get it on super thick. So I usually go 1 ounce and then fill my foam cannon about halfway. So that way I don't have a bunch left over. So then you just simply foam it onto the surface, let it dwell. Again, like I said, the product doesn't go on super thick, but it gets really good coverage, coating everything on the vehicle. Then you just let that dwell for a little bit and go ahead and rinse it away. As you're rinsing away, you'll start seeing some water sheeting and water beading pretty much immediately. Now, a pro tip for Whitewater is to make sure you rinse thoroughly, right? So the paint's not really an issue, but it's more like the engine cowling. A lot of product can just get stuck in there and sit, and you don't want that, right? Because then you'll see some leftover active ingredient on that surface. So just make sure to rinse out the engine cowling, get that all blasted out of there, and then you're good to go. But rinsing thoroughly is an important part of this. It helps to spread the product properly. After it's all rinsed off, go ahead and dry the surface and you are all set. This product is amazing because over time, you'll do that initial rinse, you dried it off, now that's gonna start curing more and more onto the surface, right? It creates a really nice glow into the paint, and you'll see the next time you wash, you'll see even more water beading. It just starts beading like crazy. So my intent for Whitewater was just to make the easiest foam-on ceramic sealant that you could possibly find, right? Again, it doesn't get any easier to add protection to your vehicle when you're using QUIVR Whitewater. Now, next up, we're moving on to QUIVR Hot Coat. This has been an absolute staple in my lineup since its inception, right? I can't remember actually off the top of my head if I had released this first or at the same time with QUIVR Rogue, but definitely want first 2 products for sure. And this is something that I needed to work in a lot of different ways and still be extremely easy to apply. So there's 3 different ways to use QUIVR Hot Coat. Number 1 is you can use it as a spray on, rinse off. So you do your whole wash process, grab the trigger and start dousing. What I like to do is go panel by panel. So I'll hit a panel, rinse it. Hit a panel, rinse it. That's just gonna allow the product to be spread properly and get the best result. Another way is to use it as a drying aid. So you have your panel wet, you could spray it on there and dry immediately. Super simple. And the third way is really the way I use it most, to be perfectly honest, and that's as a quick detailer. So I will dry a vehicle down and then I will spray this into a towel and wipe it. I will use it as my regular quick detailer, but I'm adding on a ton of protection. Again, usually about 2 to 3 months of protection out of this product as well, depending on how you apply it, but 2 to 3 months is kind of the average for me. And absolutely phenomenal, smells amazing, extremely easy to use. Works on glass, works on paint, works on wheels phenomenally. Really good product there, and it's absolutely fantastic. Now let's just jump really quickly back to Whitewater. Could you apply Whitewater and then use Hot Coat to use as your quick detailer for mopping stuff up? And the answer to that is absolutely yes. You're going to be doubling up the protection. Now at a point, you're going to start rejecting protection, right? Because there's going to be so much on there, you're going to be if you use Hot Coat, it may just reject it. And that goes for with any of these. As the protection builds up, the next time you go to use it, that protection on the surface is going to start rejecting this a little bit. I don't care about that personally for my needs. I want to be able to give the most to my vehicle, to my customer's vehicle, all that kind of stuff. So if it rejects a little bit but fills in other spots, I'm totally good with that. Now again, QUIVR Hot Coat was made to be able to use in direct sunlight. I'm here in Southern California. Very easy product to use, even on black vehicles. with that, you just want to use less product, right? If you load up a towel too much, you may get a little bit of streaking. That's because you have too much product on there. Typically what I do is I'll take a microfiber towel, fold it up into 4s, take 2 to 3 spritz into the towel, and apply onto the surface. Now, for each panel after that, I'll add 1 to 2 sprays at most, and buff it in. It flashes out perfectly. It gives great protection. It's super, super slick under the hand as well. So I love it. Is Hot Coat slicker than Whitewater? In my personal opinion, yep, 100% it is. So again, Whitewater is going to give you that protection. If you want to add a little slickness, top it up with Hot Coat and you're good to go. Now, last but not least, we've got QUIVR SEAL. And this is so much more than just a silica-infused ceramic sealant. This stuff is incredible. It is the jack of all trades of the detailing industry. It works on so many different surfaces and it's absolutely amazing. Now, as we compare this to those other two, this is the hardest to apply to paint. It's not hard. It's just harder than those because those are like crazy, crazy easy. This one you apply, let it flash out a little bit and then come back and buff off. Obviously, Whitewater, you foam it on, rinse it off and dry the car. No, it couldn't be easier. Hot Coat, spray it in your towel, buff it in, it flashes out perfectly, super, super easy. This one, again, you would apply, let it flash a little bit, let it kind of sit up a little bit, and then buff it off. So there's a kind of secondary step there, but still super, super easy. Now with that, you do get the most protection out of Seal. You get up to 6 months of protection with this product. The water behavior is insane. It basically looks like you did a full-blown ceramic coating on your vehicle with the water behavior. Works on glass, works on paint, and then, this is why I love this stuff so much, it works on a multitude of other surfaces as well. It actually has a restorative effect on plastics, on bed liners, tonneau covers, powder-coated surfaces, running boards on your truck. Just an absolute home run of a product. Like, it's so good. Now, when you are applying this to the paint, there's a couple ways you can do it, right? You can use an applicator and buff it in, or apply it, let it flash a little bit, and then buff it out. You can also apply it utilizing a super soft pad on a DA, on a dual action polisher. I do that. I did that on my work truck, and the water behavior is insane. The other benefit to that is, as you're using that, you can use it to, do your paint work. You can use it on the glass. It makes a really nice, consistent, even coverage, and you get really, really good results. And then once that's all done, the pad, you want to go and hit some of the plastics, like the B pillars on your vehicle if they're plastic. Some of the window trim, you can hit all that stuff with this. It restores it. It's ceramic infused, so it actually stays restored for a good amount of time. And it's an absolute home run. Now, another thing is on the wheels. I have method race wheels on a lot of my vehicles, and they just get absolutely hammered, and they kind of get really chalky looking and start to oxidize. This stuff, you spray it on, you let it dwell for a couple minutes, right? And then you come through with a microfiber applicator and buff it in. Okay? You don't want to push too hard, you don't want to pull the product from it, you're just spreading it in and working it into the surface. Then you can just do your final wipe and it's good to go. The difference it makes, this is such a money maker for me personally. When I'm doing a lot of customers' vehicle, like say a Toyota 4Runner or a Toyota Tacoma, something with the TRD Pro wheels that are satin finish, they're so hard to get looking properly good again. This stuff is like the cheat code on it, and customers are always absolutely blown away. They come out and they go, "What did you do to my wheels? They look amazing again, finally." So QUIVR SEAL, again, the jack of all trades, paint, glass, and then every other plastic surface, it seems like. So you can use it on the tonneau covers, bed liners, completely restores them. Like I said, the wheels in those certain situations, like a satin powder coated type of wheel, huge difference. And then you can also use it on interiors if you want to add that ceramic protection on the interior. Now, just like the other two, Seal works with all of these as well. So again, if you're looking at each of these in terms of most protection, what's your base layer, all that kind of good stuff. If you're wanting to add a bunch of protection, I would say on your paintwork, Seal would be your heavy base coat. It's going to create such a good effect, right? Then as like a weekly or bi-weekly maintenance where you just want to add a little protection just to make sure that you're not, again, creating that sacrificial layer for Seal. Then you can take Whitewater, foam it on, super easy, rinse it off, you're good to go. Very, very easy. And then your final thing, right? You're drying the vehicle down, you got a couple drips, you got a couple of things that you may have missed. Come back with Hot Coat as your quick detailer. This is the one that you always keep with you. It works in so many situations, and it's just extremely easy to use even in the sun. So that is where these all line up. Do you need all of them? No, you don't. You can actually just choose one of them and you'll be happy. But with that said, here's the basic breakdown in like a minute. So QUIVR SEAL, all around protection, uses on plastic, paint, glass, everything's good to go, and the most protection out of the lineup, up to 6 months. Next up would be QUIVR HOT COAT. Again, 2 to 3 months of protection. Works on paint and glass on wheels just to add that hydrophobic property to it. Probably the slickest among all of these products. And again, just super easy to use even in direct sunlight. Flashes right out, really, really simple. Fantastic product. And last but not least, QUIVR Whitewater. The easiest way to add protection to your vehicle, especially if you like using a foam cannon because they're fun. Do your wash, foam it on, rinse it off, dry the car down. You are protected 2 to 3 months. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope that adds a little bit of clarification on which product may be right for you. Again, you can't go wrong with any of them, but in my head when I was conceptualizing these three, they did have different uses. So I want to be very clear about that so you guys can kind of judge which one is the right choice for you. So that's it for today's video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please make sure to like the video, make sure you're subscribed, turn on the notification bell, and we'll see you on the next one.